Hello and welcome back to Ironman's Whimsy. This week we are going to be working with the textured notes bundle. We've got the stamp set, the dies, and the bundle number here. There is designer series paper that goes along with this set, the woven textures DSP. I do not have that, but I will be using the lasting linen stamp. It's one background stamp. I used it previously in a couple of videos. But what I want to talk about today in this kind of intro video, it's not really, this is the set and what does it do. The dies you've seen me use as well. So I'm just getting them out. These are the textured notes dies. So really pretty edges, all kinds of different things to do with them. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what you do with your stamp set. So I saw a couple of good ideas. My upline had used this set and I thought, oh, I should get that. It's not a floral. It's not typically something I would normally get. The thank you in here is nice. I like the leaves, but I look at it and go, what am I going to do with those? So I saw a couple of ideas. I ordered the set. I got the stamp set and went, oh, well, now what do I do with it? So I had a little bit of a creative block about this, using this stamp set. So I thought I'd do a video about how I get over using that little creative block and how to use the stamp set. So what resources do we have when we get a stamp set and we go, oh, now what do I do? So my first resource is always the Stampin' Up website. These pictures I printed straight off. I copy pasted them straight onto a new Word document, printed them out. These are all from the pictures with the bundle on the website. If you search up textured notes, and look, there's 12 pictures. One is the stamp set, one is the dies, and then there are 10 others of images that you can look at to get inspiration. You can look at catalog templates. Every catalog we get now has a page of templates or samples, and it's those pencil drawings of, you know, here's a background, here's a border, here's an element kind of thing. You can use those. You can look at Pinterest. You can do a Google search. You can do a YouTube search. What's funny about the Google search and the YouTube search, I did this for a different stamp set I was using. I thought, okay, I need some inspiration. And 2 of the top 5 ideas were ones that I had already posted. So I thought that was really funny. But there are so many different areas where you can look for inspiration. So if you get a stamp set and you go, well, now what am I going to do? Don't despair. There's lots of different ways to look it up. And if you want to copy paste without right-click, copy image, paste, and then getting the whole image with all the background, you can use the Windows key. Like, I don't have a Mac, I've got Windows. So it's the little key on the keyboard, kind of down next to the space bar. That's the old window logo. It's like 4 squares. It's like a window pane. You press that, Shift, and S at the same time, and it'll darken your screen, and you can put your cursor down and you can drag it to copy the image that you want. So you just highlight your image, go to your Word document, click paste. So that's how I get my pictures, and I actually keep them all in a book. So this is just a cheap book. I copy them, I cut them out, I pop them in. I've got my junk journal ideas at the back. I've got my card making ideas at the front. I try and keep all of the suites together. Like if I have a whole bunch of ideas about one stamp set, I try and keep them together. I've got templates. So it's all about the ideas for me. So, and when I have that book, I keep track of where the idea came from so I can cite the source in my video. So when you get your stamp set, what do you do? I play. I do a color palette with the stamps. This is all the different colors of green that I have, including the basic beige. And this is just a scrap piece of paper. Now, I did the garden green on basic white, and you can see it's slightly richer. It's a little brighter on the actual cardstock than it is on my scrap paper. But it's a super useful way just to get the stamp in your hand and start using it. So I just stamped all the image stamps just to see how they stamp. And this is a really good idea too. For when you get your stamp set, use it. Because if one of these stamps has a blemish in it or something that's not stamping right, you can contact your demonstrator, or if you are a demonstrator, you can contact Stampin' Up. Tell them there's an issue and they will replace your stamp set for you. So it's about getting the stamps in hand and using them. Even if you're not, like, don't try and create a card or create anything. Just use the stamps and stamp them down. When I did this, I cut myself out a mask because this is just scrap paper. It's thin. So if I want to do an image where I've got leaves coming up behind, I'm going to want to mask that out. So I've already got a mask that I can keep in my stamp set and use. And then I used kind of my brown shades, again with the basic beige. And I used this kind of basket bottom or coaster woven piece, might be a placemat. Anyway, I used that, and I used early espresso, crumb cake, gray granite, pecan pie, basic beige, and basic gray, just to see how they all stamped. And what I found was the darker inks show up better. Like the pecan pie, the early espresso, the basic gray, the detail in the stamp shows up better. The basic beige, you really don't see any of the texture. The crumb cake, it's okay. The gray granite, it's okay. But early espresso and basic gray and pecan pie were the best ink colors to use to get the full image from the stamp. So you can make your color palette. You can make your own DSP. So you don't necessarily like the DSP, or you don't want to order it, you can go ahead and take a piece of your 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and you can use whatever stamps you want in whatever colors, however many colors you want, first value, second value, even third value if it's a darker ink. Make your own DSP, cut it up, maybe stamp and fussy cut out the leaves, put a greeting on, you're good to go. So another thing that you can do is you can pair your set with other sets that you already have. For Throwback Thursday this week, I will be pairing this with Forever Fern. But you could pair it with the layering leaves. You could pair it with Very Versailles. This is very reminiscent of Very Versailles. So your retired sets, you can absolutely pair things with other sets. I use my Simply Said greeting set all the time. Because it's got really clear, crisp images, and it's got the thank you, it's got the thinking of you, it's got the birthday wishes, it's got just a note. Like it's Simply Said, it's simple greetings, and they're perfect. So you can pair the one set with other sets. And the other thing that you can do with it is make a fun fold card. If you've made your own DSP, or you've got DSP from another set, like the Lovely Lavender has some really nice leaves in it. And there's a couple of other ones. There's the black and white one that I can't remember the name of, and I think it has actually retired. It was on the list. It's the Botanical Textures. This would be perfect with this set. So if you're stuck on using the set itself, come up with ways to incorporate things that you already have. So again, you can make your own DSP. You can pair it with other sets, in this case like Forever Fern and Very Versailles. You can create a fun fold with DSP from another set. So there's so many ways to use a stamp set. If you get that creative block, just play with the stamp set and think about other stamp sets that you already have that you can incorporate with it. So I hope this was useful, and let's create together again soon.